Hello, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dr. Bill Crawford. I'm a psychologist, a speaker, corporate trainer, life coach. I've had the pleasure of writing 4 books and doing 2 PBS specials. And this is another in a series of short videos that I'm creating that are designed to help you bring more clarity, confidence, and creativity into everything you do. Today I want to look at how we have a tendency to learn from our mistakes. And it comes from a quote that I'm sending out this week. And by the way, for those of you who aren't already on my quote list, you can go to my website, billcrawfordphd.com, hit the subscribe button, and each week I will send you one of my favorite quotes along with 2 or 3 paragraphs about how to apply that quote in our lives. And I'm now trying to include a video with each one of these emails. So if you want to have that in your inbox each week, a way of staying connected with me and learning from this particular process, feel free to do that. The quote is one of my own. And it says, beating ourselves up is really beating ourselves down. And if down isn't where we want to go, then maybe beating on ourselves isn't the best path to take. I really like that because I think it speaks to our tendency to use the pain of the problem or the pain of the mistake as a way of learning. When we make a mistake, some of us will go, stupid, what was I thinking? You knew better than that. It's almost like we've got this big bat. We're going, beating ourselves up as a way of learning from the mistake so that we will remember the pain and not make the mistake again. Now, I think many of us learned that as we were growing up because our parents, sometimes very well-meaning, sometimes punished us when we made a mistake so that we would remember the pain of the punishment and not make the mistake again. The problem is, especially for those of you who are aware of how the brain works, this actually drives our thinking down into the lower fight or flight part of the brain. That fear of pain or avoidance of pain is a flight mechanism. Or we just try to blame it on someone else, which is that fight mechanism. And what I've discovered is for us to create the life we want, we don't want to be coming from this lower 20% of the brain. We want to be coming from the upper 80% of the brain, what I call the top of the mind. However, when we beat ourselves up, when we call ourselves names, when we try to remember how bad the mistake was and how painful it was for us and others, we activate that lower 20% of the brain, limit our responses to fight or flight. There is a researcher by the name of Barbara Fredrickson from the University of Michigan. She's looking at the difference between what she calls fight or flight or broaden and build, the tendency to broaden our options versus limit them and build on the skills we already have. And isn't that what we need to do when we've made a mistake? We need to have more options in the future, and we need to be able to access the skills we already have. All of that comes from the upper 80% of the brain. By the way, for those of you who would like to learn more about this, on my website, on the very first page, you can put your name and your email address, and I will send you 4 free videos, walk you through this new system, show you how the brain works, show you how to access this clear, confident, creative part of your brain, regardless of the situation. In the future, however, what I would really encourage you to do is just notice how to learn from a mistake. What we want is learning. What we want is options. We don't want pain and failure and shame. The question I love to ask myself and others when I or others have made a mistake is, okay, knowing what I know now, how would I do that differently in the future? See, that begins to use the mistake as good information and choose another option in the future. We can even imagine ourselves doing that in the future. Not only does that solidify the future behavior, but it helps us feel good about learning. And learning is what a mistake is all about, not shame and fear and punishment. I hope this has been valuable. I try to keep these videos short. Here is to you bringing more clarity, confidence, and creativity to everything you do, and I will see you in the next video.